everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today, if you can see, I am back with my TouringPlans shirt, and we are back because they have just announced that Animal Kingdom Lodge, the resort, is going to be reopening on August 26th. So it has been closed since the shutdown. It is reopening on August 26th, which means we need another best and worst rooms. So this is going to be the best and worst rooms of Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now we do have the Jambo House version already for DVC, as well as the Kidani Village version for DVC. So this is going to be very, very similar to the Jambo House because it's pretty much the same buildings, but the DVC portion is just on the 5th floor. So a lot of that information is going to be repetitive, but there's a lot of different types of room types at the hotel side, so that's why I wanted to do two separate videos. So if you're looking for the DVC side, definitely check out that video. I put a card right here, but if you are looking and you are saying cash, then this is the right video. So Animal Kingdom Lodge opened on April 16th, 2001, and it has a bunch of different room categories, so I'm going to go through everything. It also has a concierge level or club level, and here it's called the Kilimanjaro Club. And that's one of the interesting things with DVC, because the DVC rooms that were converted at Jambo House, some of them were on the same floor. This, the Jambo House DVC or Animal Kingdom Lodge DVC is the only one that has a club level. And that's just because when they converted those rooms, they're going to be on the same level. So it is one of the only ones that has club level. Actually, it is the only one that has a club level for DVC. So I'm going to be going through all the different room types. So let's start with the standard view. It's views of rooftop or parking area, 2 queen beds, and it sleeps up to 4 adults. Standard view king bed, and it's same types of views, and it has 1 king bed or sleeps up to 2 adults. So this is Animal Kingdom Lodge is one of the resorts that has a special category for king bed. If you've watched any of my other videos, you have seen probably that some resorts have a king bed category and some do not. It just says 2 queen beds or 1 king bed, and you could get either or. But this is the one where you can book a king bed. So that's really important if you are a couple, and maybe you want to sleep in separate beds, but most couples want to sleep in a king bed. So it's nice that they have that separate category. Next up is pool view. Views of pool, 2 queen beds, and then a pool view king bed, and that sleeps up to 2 adults. The rooms with 2 queen beds sleeps 4 adults. Then there's the Savanna View, and that's one of the reasons why you stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it's views of one of the savannas. And now you can't book which savanna you get, and that's the reason why we have this video. 2 queen beds sleeps up to 4 adults, and then obviously Savanna View king bed, views of one of the savannas, 1 king bed sleeps up to 2 adults. Then you go into the suites. So we have standard view 1 bedroom suite, views of rooftop or parking area, 2 queen beds, and 1 queen size sleeper sofa, sleeps up to 6 adults. Then there's a 1 bedroom suite, and this is views of one of the savannas, and this is 2 queen beds and 1 queen size sleeper sofa, sleeps up to 6 adults. Then there's a 2 bedroom suite, views of one of the savannas, 1 king bed and 2 queen beds, and a queen size sleeper sofa, sleeps up to 8 adults. Then there's the Royal Asante Presidential Suite, 2 queen beds, sleeps up to 6 adults. And on TouringPlans, it has a vice presidential suite, but when I went on Disney's website, it didn't give me that option. So there may be another suite, but again, if you're looking at a suite, you're probably not watching my video. And then there's the rooms and suites with club level access, and there's a Savanna View club level access, views of Arusha, Savannah, 2 queen beds, and then there's the Savanna View king bed club level access, views of one of the savannas, 1 king bed sleeps up to 2 adults. The one with 2 queen beds sleeps up to 4 adults. So it's pretty standard as far as the offerings. You know, you have standard view, you have pool view, and you have the Savanna View. Now that's the difference between the hotel side and the DVC side. The DVC side didn't have a pool view. So pool view fell under the category of standard. So that's the difference, but that's what we're going to get into today. And just a reminder that if you are staying at the hotel side, you still can access the amenities at Kidani Village. So they share amenities. So the two Animal Kingdom lodges do share amenities, so they're shared between. So let's go ahead and get into the best and worst rooms at Animal Kingdom Lodge. As always, we're going to start on TouringPlans.com's page dedicated to Animal Kingdom Lodge, and this is specifically for Jambo House. Now, this is for both the hotel side and the DVC side because they share the same building. Just a reminder, the Jambo House rooms are all on the 5th floor. So here's just some information, gives you some overview, and there is the map that we will be looking at. There's that grand, beautiful lobby. Some pictures of giraffes. Now this is pictures of the hotel room. Now they are going under a renovation, I believe, so they may change, but the layout is primarily the same. Let's see, we'll have some information about the dining. You got Jiko, Boma, Sanaa. Sanaa is over at Kidani Village. The Mara is the quick service, and then you have the lounge. There is a view of Boma from Victoria Falls Lounge. There is Jiko. Now, one thing I love about both Jambo House and Kidani is that they have a playground. So here's the pool. It's the Uzima Springs pool. There is the hot tub. And here is the playground. So there's a playground here and there's a playground at Kidani. My son had a lot of fun on this playground, and they even had nighttime events where they have activities, and they alternate. So one night it's at Kidani and one night it's at Jambo. They had light sticks and a bunch of games for the kids over, and it was by the playground, which was a lot of fun. So all the information you need to know about Animal Kingdom Lodge is on this page. There is a picture of the gym. I actually have a tour of both gyms on my channel as well. So if you're interested in what equipment is at the gym, you can go and look at that. There is a laundry room, but a lot of the information is on this page. And here we have the map of Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House. So this is what they'll give to you at check-in. And let's just take a look right here. So here is the entrance and the porte cochere. So this is where you drive up. Now, as you can see right here, the pink means it's on level 3. So the lobby is level 3. So that's really important. If you want to be on the same level as the lobby, the 3rd floor is where you'd want to be. And honestly, unless I'm going to be by the pool, which I'll explain later, I would request to be on lobby 3. It just makes it a lot easier if you don't have to take an elevator. So there's 4 trails. So basically you'll see there's 4 wings and they're each a trail. So this is Ostrich Trail right here. Giraffe Trail is right here. And then you have the Kudu Trail over all the way back here. And then the Zebra Trail is over on this side. So just gives you an idea. So if you tells you on a trail, it's just basically the wing of the resort you are at. You'll see the elevator. So the elevator is right here, and there's an elevator right here. There is a laundry on level 1, and then there's a laundry on level 2. So, and then there's elevators right here as well. So the key here is, unless you are going to spend a lot of time in your room and you have a Savanna View and that's what your primary goal is, being all the way over on these sides of rooms on this end is just really, really far. It's just really far from everything, as well as it's far from the elevators. So keep that in mind. So if you just want to grab a cup of coffee or breakfast at the Mara and you are all the way in this wing right here, that is a long walk. And then you still have to take an elevator. So you would just probably take the elevator over here and then go down and then go to the Mara. Just really inconvenient. So keep that in mind. If you really want to be and spend a lot of time at the room, then that's not going to bother you. But if you're going to the parks a lot or you're spending a lot of time at the pool, this might not be where you want to be. So let's go back and we'll look. This is the marketplace. So basically gift shop and then anything you need. Jiko and Boma, the Mara, they're all on the 1st floor. So the 1st floor is right here. Then you have the gym is going to be right around here. So you see it right there. Here is the Uzima Springs pool. Here is the slide. There is the kiddie pool. The wading pool is right here. It's a separate area, so it is separate from the regular pool. Here is where the pool bar is. There you can see there is a animal observation area that overlooks right here. So there's a couple there. And then here is the Hakuna Matata playground where I talked about a little while ago. This is where the hot tub is. So there's just a lot of information, a lot of activities over in this area. So if you're going to do when we did a resortcation or we did a staycation at Animal Kingdom Lodge and we knew we were going to spend a lot of time in the pool, I did ask to be in this area. We ended up in the zebra trail. So we ended up over here. We got a standard view, but with a partial savanna. So it was pretty convenient. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was all the way over here, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too far from the elevator, so it wasn't too bad of a walk. But we weren't going to the parks. We ended up going to the parks, I think, once at night, but that was it. So it really was very convenient. If we had gone to the parks, it would have been a lot more inconvenient because we would have had a long walk. So here's another outlook right here, but it just kind of gives you an overview of what to expect at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House. Now, because the hotel and the DVC, there's two portions in Jambo House, they share the same page here. So when you're selecting your room type, let's say we're going to select standard, you just need to make sure you don't pick the one that is DVC if you're staying in the hotel side. So as I mentioned, standard has 2 queen beds and a king bed. We're going to start with 2 queens. The same is going to apply to both. I'm not going to go over king too much in detail because the areas are going to stay pretty much the same. It's just a matter of the room number might change as far as which one I recommend. So let's start with the standard view 2 queens, and let's start with the area I don't recommend. So first of all, I don't recommend this ostrich trail or giraffe trail, and there's several reasons why. But let's start with the ostrich trail. So here we are. Now, floor 3 is going to be very convenient. You'd be on the same level as the lobby, very convenient. So, and these rooms right here might give you a partial savanna view. So yeah, you got some zebras. So that's great, right? Obviously very convenient. However, there's a lot more rooms on this side, which is going to give you a beautiful view of the parking lot. So I would recommend trying to stay away from these rooms or requesting these rooms because there's more of a chance that you're going to end up on the parking. Now, again, 4th floor is going to give you pretty much the same rooms here. Now let's go back and let's look at the other side, which is going to be the giraffe trail. And here, now, if you want to be close to the pool or you want to be close to the gym, I believe the gym is right here. So these rooms are going to be very good. They're, central location, great pool view, really easy access to the pool. My only concern here is these might be a little loud, especially on this side of the pool, because this side of the pool, it's obviously closer. If you look here, you have a little bit of, space between the pool and the rooms. Here, you're pretty much right on top of it, as well as the slide is right around here. So I don't think it would be too loud, but if you're concerned, now if you're spending a lot of time at the pool, this might be a perfect location. But that is floor 1. And let's go up to floor 2 and just see where we have. And again, here, there's 2 rooms right here, and these, I don't believe there's pictures for here, so I'm not gonna click on them. Now, these might give you a partial savanna, but again, I would try to avoid them because I think it's too much of a risk. And you'll see why when I look at floor 3 is these are all going to be parking view. Just a few of the pool, and this one is going to be a beautiful view of this roof here. So, and the same thing goes for floor 4. These are going to be nice rooftop views. These are all parking, and these are, a pool here, but just too much of a risk of a not good view. So let's go back and let's see if there's anything in the middle. It seems that there is. Again, these are going to give you partial savanna, and this is floor 4, as you can see, and these are going to be of the roof. So I don't recommend this area as well. And then the 5th floor is going to be DVC. So here is going to be over the porte cochere. Again, I would try to avoid that area. And let's look at the zebra trail. So the zebra trail is great if you are looking to spend a lot of time at the pool, or you're going to be going to the Mara a lot, or you need to use the gym. This is where I would request. If I was doing a staycation or going to be spending a lot of time at the resort and I was in a standard room, this is where I would request. This room right here is going to be very, very close to the Mara. And it's just, okay, there it is. So here is the kiddie pool area right here. The Mara's right around here. Very, very convenient location. And I don't think it'd be too loud. Probably has quite a bit of foot traffic, but I don't think it would be too loud. Now these rooms are going to give you a little bit of best of both worlds, because right here is you're going to be really close to, that is the overlook right here, very close to the hot tub too. But the animal lookout is right around there. So you'd be close to the pool, not too far from the Mara, but you'd also be close to, if you wanted to see animals, you would just actually have to leave your room. So if you wanted to spend a lot of time at the pool, these are the ones I would request. Now let's go up to floor 2. And same thing, these you would have to take an elevator, obviously, to go down. These are all going to be the people pens. These, and we'll talk about that. Let's see if we can see a room here. You see this pen right here. So this is what's called a people pen. I think that's what they call it. If they ever needed to evacuate Animal Kingdom Lodge, they can't everybody would have to go outside, but they can't just have you mix with the animals. So they have to create these pens. And basically, if there was an evacuation, all the people would go in these pens, and that's way they could keep you separated and safe from the animals. So the rooms that overlook these pens are considered standard because it prevents the animals from coming up too close to your room. So this is why Jambo House has so many standard view rooms that really have partial savanna. We were in this area on the 5th floor and we saw so many animals and it was fantastic. So it was great. My only concern here is that all of the partial savanna views are over far at the end of the resort, which is just a very, very long walk. So that is why my recommendation is, if you want a partial savanna view, is to request to be on the Kudo Trail. And the Kudo Trail is, if you look here, floor 2, this is the lobby. You're going to be right here. So you have just a lot of standard view. Now let's go where I would request personally is right here in this area, this row here. I would probably request this one right here because it's, let's see which number this is. Click it. Let's see, this is going to be 3226. You can see it's right on the pen, but let's see, we can see there's the pen right there that I was talking about. But I mean, as you can see, the giraffes come right up there. We were on this trail when we stayed here, and it was fantastic. We had a lot of animals come up. I believe we were right around here on the 5th floor though. Very, very convenient. Elevators right there. But if you're on the 3rd floor, you're right on the same level as the lobby. So we'll go up one more floor to the 4th floor. These obviously are going to be higher up. But again, I think the best floor on Animal Kingdom Lodge is to be on the 3rd floor. Now let's quickly look at Standard View King Bed. Again, I don't recommend this area, so I'm not even going to look here. But let's look at the zebra trail. So if you are looking to have a more pool intensive trip, there's only one room on the 1st floor. So right here, only one room. Let's go up to 2nd floor, and there's just 3 on the 2nd floor. And I believe that is it in this trail because there's none on the 3rd floor, and I don't believe there's any on the 4th. So let's go back to the Kudu Trail, and this is mainly where you're going to see the majority of the room. So here's floor 2. There's one right all the way over here, but let's go up to floor 3 because that is where I would recommend. And what I would request is one of these two, which is going to be 3228 or 3234. So I would request this one and then just put 3rd floor as close to the lobby as possible if you're in a standard view 1 king bed. And you can look on the 4th floor. You just got 2. So more likely than not, you'd end up on the 3rd floor. So if you are in a standard 1 king bed, I would request 3228 and then just put in the notes 3rd floor close to the lobby. Next up is pool view. We're going to start with the 2 queen beds. Obviously, it's all going to be on this side. So let's start off with the giraffe trail. I personally, again, would not choose the giraffe trail if I'm paying for a pool view. However, it could be very convenient where you would have a pool view but be very close to the lobby, as well as this is where the bus stop is. So I don't know if there's an exit here or not. If there is, could be very close to the buses if you wanted to, but again, it's not really where I would prefer. And then if you go up to floor 3, because I would request to be on floor 3, this room right here, has a little bit of a rooftop view. So not ideal, not really where I'd want to be. These have decent pool views, but honestly, the pool views are better from the other side. So let's go to the other side on the zebra trail. And they're obviously going to start on the first floor. If I was paying for a pool view, maybe I don't want to be on the first floor. Personally, I would love to be on the first floor, but I would probably choose standard. But these would be very convenient. To tell you, it's not going to give you much of a view because you're going to be on the same level. So it just depends on, do you want convenience or do you want the actual view? Obviously, Mara's right here, very convenient in that regard. Let's go up to floor 2. And here you have some, decent views. So these are nice views. You can watch the little kids play in the kiddie pool. So there gives you an idea of the kiddie pool right there. And then there's the pool and there's the slide. So it gives you a good overview. So that's a nice view over there. Very convenient. Elevator would be right here. So those rooms right there would be very convenient. But my always recommendation as well, I've said this several times, is to be on floor 3. If you're not going to be on floor 1, then to be on floor 3. The same would apply here. Now here's the elevator. So if you wanted a nice view, any of these rooms would be very convenient. Let's see. So not the best view in that. Let's see if we can find a better one. Let's see. This is going to be 3234. This is the room next to it. So that's a standard view, but let's see if any of these rooms have a good picture. It doesn't look like any of them do. This is from the 4th floor. So it gives you a nice view of the pool, but it's also very convenient, very close to the lobby. These on this side here are going to give you better views of the pool. However, you're going to have just a little bit more of a walk. So it just really depends. But keep in mind that the elevator is right here and then the Mara is right underneath you. So very convenient, and then obviously a very close distance to the lobby. 4th floor, let's just take a look at it. These would not be ones I recommend just because I'd rather be on the same floor as the lobby. But these are all going to be they're all pretty close to the lobby. They're not too far, but because they just don't have Savanna views. And now we'll look at the pool view 1 king bed. And as you can see, there's none in giraffe trail. They're all in the zebra trail. So on the floor 1, again, there's only one room. That's a pool view 1 king bed. So it just depends on if that's what you want. Floor 2, same room. Floor 3, there's nothing. And floor 4, there's a couple. So I think it's just a matter of which floor do you want to be on. Of these, since there's none on floor 3, I would probably request to be on floor 1 or floor 4, this room right here, which is going to be 4432. This would probably give you a decent view of the pool, very nice view of the pool, as well as a pretty central location and close to the elevator. So the elevator would be right here. So this would probably be a great location as well. But personally, I would probably choose the 1st floor. Okay, so now we're getting into the Savanna View. And again, this is really what's important to you. It is important to see the animals and you don't care the location as far as convenience. Or do you want to see the animals, but you do want convenience? You're going to go to the parks. You're going to be taking the bus. That's really what it makes a difference. So Savanna View, let's start with the Ostrich Trail here. This is probably the least desirable. However, these would be very convenient. You're right off the bat. They start on the 3rd floor. Proximity to the lobby is right here. So not the worst, but you have obviously a lot of people pens here. So not the best either. And if you're paying for that Savanna view, I would really want a nice Savanna. So that's not a bad view, but again, I don't see any animals there. So that is one that I would probably not recommend. Let's go back. If you're paying for a Savanna view, I would request one of the trails. I have been on both, and on both we saw lots of animals, but honestly on both we were in standard rooms with partial savannas. But let's start with the Kudu Trail. I personally love the Sunset Savanna. This is my favorite savanna. So if you look at it here, this is the Sunset Savanna. This is the one I prefer. It also is the one that's shared with Kidani. So if you look at the Sunset Savanna, we were in this area, I believe, and we had a lot of animals. Really, really nice. Just really open, nice open space. Obviously, that is Kidani on the other side. So if you want to see animals, I would try and request one of these rooms here. It's not too far from the elevator. It is going to be more of a walk, but you have a lot of animals and it's not as far as all the way over here. So I wouldn't request these. Remember, these are standard rooms. So if you're paying for a Savanna, I wouldn't request those. Now on the other side, these aren't going to be bad as well. These are going to be pretty good, but I just prefer, again, in the Kudu Trail, I do prefer the Sunset Savanna over what is the Arusha Savanna. Now let's look at the Zebra Trail. And you'll see here, now all of these are going to be Savanna View, meaning they don't have, it's just a really nice open space. So really close. Again, here I would request being closer to the lobby. So maybe the elevator's right here. So if you wanted to have good proximity, a nice view of the Savanna, and convenience to the pool, then I would go to floor 3 and request one of these rooms right here. So let's look at 34, 37. So there's, got a lot of zebras there. Really beautiful view. You got some zebras. I think that's a warthog. I'm not sure. And so you just definitely have a lot of animals over here. There's the lookout. So a really great room right here. Plus you'd be very close to the elevator, close to the pool, and you'd be on the same level of the lobby. So if I were staying in a Savanna View 2 queen beds, I would request the Zebra Trail, and then I would go from 34, 37, and then down. So that's where you'd want to make sure you put 34, 37, and then in your notes put 3rd floor closest to the lobby so that they know that you probably want to go down because you don't want to end up all the way at this room. Probably has great Savanna views, but you just have a very, very long walk. And quickly, we'll look at the Savanna View 1 king bed, and we'll start with the Zebra Trail over here. So you can see they start on floor 2. I would go to floor 3. So the room that I would recommend would be these 3 right here. So I would start with, let's see, 3435, 3427, or 3423. Great Savanna view and close proximity to the elevator, to the pool, very, very central location. Those would be my top 3 picks. If you want to see what's on the 4th floor, as you can see, they're more further down. So definitely request the 3rd floor on that. Now let's just look over at the Kudu Trail and let's click over there. So floor 2, this would probably be a good room at Central 2217, but let's look at the 3rd floor because again, for convenience purposes, this is going to be the Sunset Savanna. So let's see if there's any good pictures over here. And this is, that's a really close giraffe. So that's obviously not a bad room. This is obviously on the 2nd floor, but, so those would probably be 2 rooms, but I would just put closest to the Savanna and be on the 3rd floor. And let's just see what's on the 4th floor. So there's only 1 room on the 4th floor. So I think there's a good chance if you ask for the Kudu Trail. But personally, if you're in a Savanna View, I would request being on the Zebra Trail because then you'll have a really close proximity to the Mara, to the pool. So kind of rule of thumb, if you're in a standard view, ask for the Kudu Trail because there's more chances of getting a partial Savanna View. However, if you're in a Savanna View, then ask for the Zebra Trail because that's going to give you a more central location to the pool, to the Mar, and all the amenities. Now we're going to go over all the suites. So we're going to start with the Standard View 1-bedroom. These are all club level access. So there's only one in this category. So Standard View 1-bedroom. And there is only one, and this is the room. So it's on the first floor in the corner. So it's actually not a bad view. There's the outlook, the lookout for the animals is right there close to the pool. So actually that would be a very nice room, and you get that 1-bedroom suite at the Standard View price. So there's only one, no need to request your room because that's the only one. Next, we're going to go to the Savanna View 1-bedroom, and you're going to make sure you pick club and not DVC. So let's click that, and it's going to be on the other side. And pretty much it's in the same location on floors 2, 3, and 4. So it's all on the same level. So it's this room right here. So it'd be 2285, 3285, and then 4285. So of these, I would request the one on the 3rd floor, again, because you would be at the same level as the lobby. So this is 3285. This is the view from 2285, but beautiful view. So that's what I would request. I would personally request floor 3 just because it'd give you on the same lobby. But as far as the location, it's going to be same location, just once on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th floor. Now we're going to go to the Savanna View 2-bedroom, and it's going to be club as well. So there we go. And let's show matching rooms, and it's on both sides. So let's go back to the Kudu Trail, and the same thing. It's in the same location on floors 2, 3, and 4. Just keep in mind that if you request the Kudu Trail, it would be all the way at the end. Probably some great views of the Savannah. This is from the room next door, but you're right at the edge of the Savannah right there. But keep in mind that if you are in a 2-bedroom, you're going to have a nice long walk if you are in the Kudu Trail. So that's going to be on floors 2, 3, and 4. Again, I would request floor 3, which would be, it would be 3395. Now let's go back and look at the Zebra Trail. And on the Zebra Trail, I think it's a little better location. Yeah, so there's two. There's one right here, which is going to be 2481, 3481, or 4481. And then the one over on the opposite side, which is 2591, 3591, or 4591. I would absolutely request the 3rd floor, this one right here, which is 3481. You got close proximity to the pool. This one's just so far. Probably going to be similar views. And this is going to, so it's not a bad view of the Savannah. It's overlooking the lookout point, but you just have a more central location. So if I were in a 2-bedroom, that would be where I would request. Now let's just look. I did mention that TouringPlans has a vice presidential suite listed. However, in the Disney website, it wasn't listed. So I'm assuming it's still there, but just so you know, it's on the 5th floor, right here in the Zebra Trail, right at the beginning. And the presidential suite, let's just go back. It's pretty much in the same area on the opposite building on Kudu Trail. So there you have it. So that is where the presidential suite. But again, if you are in either one of those suites, you're probably not watching this video. And now we're going to finish up with the Savanna View club levels. There are 2 categories: Savanna View 2 queen beds club level, or Savanna View 1 king bed club level. But we're just going to go over them all together because it all pretty much stays the same. So let's look at the Kudu Trail, and we will click here. And as you can see, it will be all on the 4th floor. It's where all the rooms are. So there you have it. Those are the rooms right there. Again, I would always request to be closer to the lobby. These are going to be high up. So that's going to be like 4215. This is a really nice view. You're really close to the lookout. So that is where the area I would request. I would start to request theirs. You're going to be really close to the lobby. These would be very close to the elevator as well. However, but if I was in a Savanna View, I would request the zebra trail. Again, because it's going to give you great views of the Savanna, but then also closer proximity to the Mara, to just to the pool, to all the amenities. So I do recommend that if you're in the Savanna View, to be on the zebra trail. So as you can see, all of these are going to be 2 queen bed Savanna View club level. And that's a pretty view of the, let's see, that's a good view of the lookout area. Let's see if we can get a better picture. And yeah, here's a picture of the Savanna. So it's a really pretty area. But again, very central. So if you want it to be really central to the elevator, then maybe over here, like I suggested, in the regular Savanna. So this would be 4437. Great picture, great area, very central. So again, Savanna View, 2 queen beds, probably this area right here, 4437. Now let's look really quick to the Savanna View 1 king bed club. And I believe there's only 2 of them. Yes, there's 2, and they're on the Kudu Trail, and it's those 2 right there. So really nothing to choose there. It's the only rooms you have, and that is the Savanna View 1 king bed club level. So now that we've gone over all the room categories, let me show you how to make a room request. So I'm going to pretend that I am booked in a standard view 2 queen beds category. And here we are going to show matching rooms. And I am going to take my own advice. Let's click on the Kudu Trail. And I'm going to go up to floor 3 and find the room that I want to be in. So, of course, it's going to take its sweet time. There we go. And I'm going to request, let's say I'm going to request this room right here, which is pretty central. There's the lobby right here. There's the elevators right here, so I can be very close to that as well. Let's see, I'm going to click, and this is going to be room 3226. Let's take a look at the pictures. And yes, it's got a pretty good Savanna view. And this, yes, this is the one I saw earlier, and it's got a giraffe right outside the door. So yes, this is the room I want. So I am going to go up at the top. You can't see it here, but at the top it says, click here to make a request for your room. The screen recording is a little outside the box, but there we go. So it's going to bring you up to your dashboard, and there is my dashboard. This is my sample trip that I started. And now I clicked that, and it says requesting room 3226. You're not done. That does not send the room request. What you need to do now is configure your room request. So click that. And this is how you're going to configure your room request. I'll type in my name, me, type in my reservation number. The nights are automatically typed in because I have already entered my trip on my dashboard. There is my email address. This is actually a fake email address. Don't email me there. And then now this is plugged in because this is something that the room assigners go by. So don't change this. This is something that TouringPlans has worked with room assigners to kind of give a good depiction of what you're looking for. Just leave that blank, leave that the same, and then put in here what you are looking for. So I want to be Kudu Trail. Let's put number 1, Kudu Trail. Number 2 is going to be third floor. And then number 3, close to lobby. So now I have listed what my requests are. So if that room 3226 is not specifically available, now the person knows, 1, I am on the Kudu Trail. I want to be on the Kudu Trail. My second choice is be on the 3rd floor. And 3, I want to be close to the lobby. So now they have an understanding as far as why I picked 3226, so they don't have to guess. This would also be where you could put celebrating a birthday, something like that. I wouldn't put too much information. I would really focus on what it is you're looking for. Then you're going to hit save. And now look, we will attempt to send this room request starting 30 days prior to your check-in date. And that's it. You're done. TouringPlans does the rest, and then hopefully you will get either your exact room request or something very close to what you're looking for. Well, there you have it. Those are my best and worst rooms at Animal Kingdom Lodge, as well as how to make a room request using TouringPlans.com. Just as a reminder, I am not sponsored in any way by TouringPlans. I am a paid subscriber. I've been subscribing since 2016, but I, asked them if I could use their videos because I share this information all the time with people, and it's just easier to make a video, and they seem to be very popular. People have reached out and said that they really enjoy these videos and they've been very helpful. So if you do subscribe, now this is a paid service through TouringPlans, so you cannot make a room request without being a paid subscriber. It's $18, but that's not the only service. You have their Lines app, you have all the, obviously the TouringPlans, that's the big thing, but they have so many different features. I do have a TouringPlans 101 video that you can watch as well, talking about a lot of the different features that TouringPlans offers. I also encourage you to follow them on Instagram. They give some great tips, and they also have a travel agency. I actually use them. They booked me on the Freedom of the Seas that I will be going on, or if you're watching this after I go on the cruise, they booked me on that cruise as well. Really great travel agency. They have been very helpful, especially given all the changes that are going on. The travel agent has been fantastic in keeping me up to date with all the different changes that are happening because I am going on the very first sailing. So really great travel agency, very happy to have booked with them. So definitely look into their travel agency, as well as definitely just subscribe to their service. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.